Hi, my name is Pam Bergamy with the Chattahoochee Valley Libraries. Welcome to my quarantine kitchen. You might remember me from a few weeks back. I did a cupcake video, decorating cupcakes. And after that video, I had a request from a young lady for a tutorial on leveling cakes. She was getting into cake decorating, so she wanted to see if I could show her how to do that. So that's what we're going to do this morning. So to level a cake, you just need a few simple tools. First, you need a cake, most important. Secondly, you need a long serrated knife, a ruler, and I have another tool that you may not have lying around, and I'm going to show you this on the second cake. But right now we're just working with the knife and the ruler. This is for those that have just started out decorating cakes maybe and don't have a lot of extra tools. So you just use what you have. So you look at your cake and they always have like a little bubble, and you want to level them out so that they will stack nice and neat and look more professional. So you go to the lowest point of your cake, and as you see, I think this is going to be mine, and we're going to mark it at, you just want to take off just the top bubble. You don't want to take a lot of as much, you don't want to take no more cake than you have to. So I'm going to mark it like right at the top of this, and that's going to be, let's see, 1 1/4. Just make a little mark with your knife, and then you just keep turning around and marking that point around the rest of the cake. Don't go very deep, just make a little mark that you can see. Doesn't have to be exact, just as close as you can get it. Okay, so we're back around to our original side. Now you're just going to connect the dots or the dashes. Put your hand on the top of the cake and just pull your knife around. And as I said, connect all those areas where you measured and cut. And continue to turn the cake around. Not going very deep at first. You just want to get your guide going. Now once you get back around, then you can start going just a little bit deeper and continue just to cut the cake and go around. Go a little bit deeper. And continue just to turn and cut. And mine is a little bit firmer to cut because I had made these ahead of time and I had put them in the freezer. So they're a little bit harder to cut than normally a cake might be. And keep turning, and eventually you will feel it come loose. Ta-da! There you go. And now you have a nice level surface that you'll be able to ice or decorate. These are good for other people snacking on them. Or you could use them for trifles or for cake balls. Just, you know, several different things you could do with the extra cake. Now the second way to level a cake. If you're doing a lot of cakes and you're making them for other people and you want them to really look nice, you might want to invest in this. You can get them at your local craft store. It's a cake leveler, and as you can see, it has a small wire here that will cut your cake. On the side are little notches that you use for measuring. So you find your lowest point once again on the cake, which mine's going to be about right here. Now we have to lower the wire to that lowest point. And then you go check the points to make sure that you have the same amount on each side. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on this one. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they're even on both sides. Now what you do is you start on the edge of the, like I said, the lower side of the cake, and you just start to saw, as you can see, and the wire will cut the cake. I think I'm gonna have to move this board out of the way. Okay. It's better to have a flat level surface. And you start to saw it. As I said, my cake layers are frozen. They're a little harder to cut this morning. There we go. Cut it right through. So as you see, this still is not exactly level. You can go back and level it again. But another thing you have to consider is you're going to fill up some space with icing. So if it's not exact, you know, at least it's a more level. Now the other thing I wanted to show you is, see, that's parchment paper I put on the bottom to make sure that it doesn't stick to my pan. And this is called layering or torting your cake. I'm going to use this one here. And I have a cake turntable. Once again, if you haven't gotten one, you have a Lazy Susan at home, that would also work. And layering is if you want to layer your cake and make more layers and put more icing in it, which is always good. So you're going to go back to the same way we did it before. When we measured the cake to cut it with the knife. But this time we're going to, so it's 1.25 inches here for our cake. It's 1.25 inches high. So you're going to half that, which would be about 3, 4, 6 eighths. But basically, you're going to measure half and make a cut or a mark there. Parchment off of this one. Okay, so I've got my marks made. Now you can do the same way as I had showed you how to level with the knife earlier. One thing that's really important too is to make sure your knife is good and level. You don't want to make sure you don't tilt it, or because it will cut into your cake and it won't be level. So just have great posture and hold this knife level. And just spin it around. As I said, the cake turntable or the Lazy Susan makes this a lot easier, but you do not have to have it. You can just spin it around on the countertop. There you go. Now you have 2 layers. And as I said, more layers, more icing. Thank you again for joining me in my quarantine kitchen. That's it for leveling and torting a cake. Join me next time and I'll show you how to make some homemade buttercream and how to ice a cake. And so we will see you soon at Chattahoochee Valley Libraries.
We are springing into summer learning at the Chattahoochee Valley Libraries, and the program you just attended is one of the ways you can earn completions. Just go to cvlga.org and look for Spring into Summer Learning. You can register yourself and your family online, and then start reading and attending our online events. That's all you have to do. We're giving away weekly gift certificates, and every completion you make enters you into a grand prize drawing for tablets, games, gifts, and more. Remember, you have to register to win. cvlga.org, and we'll see you online again real soon.